Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Building Lives 101, where everything is rooted in spirituality, where a conscious mindfulness of everything is the key to your success, whatever that might be. And success is different for everyone. Um, most people, most of you don't know me. I've been on the scene mostly. Used to be on Facebook a lot, and I posted a lot of stuff. I ran a one aspect for a while until anyway that became was taken down. But anyway, now I'm back. I stood back for a while and just observing a lot of things because I realized that me getting involved with, especially politics and all the drama that was unfolding, is in 2020 was really just stripping a lot of my spirituality, my higher vibrational being sense was just, I felt like that was all lowering, and I realized this was just such a massive distraction. So I pulled back. I pulled back, and and then of course a lot of people woke up, and then now you start seeing a lot of people just jumping on the scene. Uh, and now a lot of this some information is coming out, and actually they've been there for years, you know back in before 2012. I was out there posting, informing people. I was called all kinds of names, the B word, um a lot of stuff. um so I noticed that the thing is going off and on, and I hope that you're able to see me. But okay, so anyway, I'm on here to talk about today, uh when the shit when it hits the fan, you know how to be prepared. And it might not be what you're thinking, you know? So I want to do this really fast because I'm looking at my time here and I don't have that much time. Um, so, which I'm going to have to upgrade my phone so I can have more time in here. But anyway, because I have a lot of pictures, even though I've taken off so much, that still doesn't allow me. So anyway, all right. So when things hit the fan, if it does, when it happens, I don't know. Well, I think we're probably due for another awakening, and if that's the case, then a lot of things are going to seem kind of strange for a lot of people. Now, I've been observing a lot of things, and some are saying this is a shift of consciousness to wake people up to a higher self of consciousness, for the world to evolve in a positive way. Now, that could be, okay, that very well could be, and that is one aspect of it, and we can do that. And I think in a way that is true. And there is also the other side, who for them the shift is different. The shift is pretty much world domination of everything, our food, and you can see that happening in a way. But I don't want to talk about that too much, because you can see where things are slowly going If you have any eyes to see and any ears to hear, you can hear that. They started off with cards, and we have the chip in the cards, and our money is becoming digital, whether you want to know it or not. And the whole idea is to get rid of gold, silver, that type of thing, and everything is now digital. And when it's digital, they're able to control everything. Not only there was someone that said to me, they don't like to use cards because they like to use money because money doesn't have a name. Or money doesn't have a face, money doesn't have a name attached to it. And what he's saying is that money, when you have a card, they know everything about you. When you're using your card for everything and everything is digital, it's going through a computer base. Okay, so they have a computer, a major, massive computer. Some of those like you've seen in probably sci-fi, that is keeping track and records of everything you do. A lot of things people may say, not only just everything you do, but by you having cameras everywhere around you. Now, there was a hype about people garbage and people stuff being stolen off their porch, and now all of a sudden this cameras on your door become popular, and they show a lot of things about kids being abused at home. So now a lot of people have camera also in their homes. Now all of those cameras are linked to a computer, and if it's linked to a computer and not running on its own off of the system, then everything that is going through that video, it is going into their system, and their system can tap into it. Are you kind of getting what I'm saying here? That you yourself is willingly, unknowingly though, but willingly spying on yourself, is actually unwillingly helping the government to spy on you, whether you know it or not. But that's not where I want to go with this. Okay, where I want to go with this is that you need to prepare yourself spiritually. This is what it's all about, spiritually. And you may say, well, this is not to scare you in any way or shape or form. I'm saying all this stuff because there is two sides that's going on here. There is a dark side that is, of course, leading humanity in one way, but they're using your energy because they can't do any of it without you, without your compliance, whether it's willingly, unknowingly. They can't do anything, and your ignorance is their success. Your ignorance of how to control your own mind, how to control your own future, is what gives them power over you. Okay? Now, all of us can actually have that if we are aligning ourselves the proper way. Now, have you heard, you may hear some people say, and you probably have witnessed to this by just looking at history, how some people will be so, when certain situation happens, some people will continually strive regardless of what's going on, where other people are feeling it and they're bankrupt, they're suffering, and then other people are just absolutely striving in what we would consider a horrible time. Okay? Why is that? Could it be their mindset? Could it be their they know something else that we don't? Some people do it absolutely unconsciously. not realizing what they're doing. And then some people do it consciously. Consciously. And that's where you would need to be. I need to be. All of us need to be. Okay, there we go. So how do we get there? Of course, this is probably not going to be just an easy 1, 2, 3 thing. I'll elaborate more in a different video. But it all comes down to your spirituality. Now, I realize that a lot of stuff is being attacked in regard to Christianity and the Bible, and a lot of things are being said about the Bible, and so a lot of people probably don't know what to think right now when it comes. Now, I am not a big fan of Christianity. Okay, I really do believe that has been used in a lot of way to control people, not in a positive light, and have misled people in regard to real spirituality and the power of real spirituality. Okay, because if people really knew how to use their God-given spirituality and the energy that they possess, then things will be a lot different in their lives. Okay, we all have to come on once you develop a certain sense of spirituality, or you have raised your vibration to a certain level, you will come into the knowledge and the knowing of oneness. And what I mean by that is that everything is one. I'm sure that you've heard this before. I've shared this before, long before I started hearing a lot of people start talking about this oneness thing, but anyway, I think I still have that video on another channel that I have, which I barely use, and I think it's Ali Rose. But I think I have a couple of videos on there that I posted a while ago, where it talks about that, where it talks about your diet and stuff like that. But it has to do with knowing that we're all one, that everything in the world is one. I used to always say, I'm you, you're me. We're all one. And as you may have heard before, we're all one, just having different experiences. And of course, we don't remember this. We don't have that. But we're very intuitive. Once you tap into and raise your consciousness, you tap into your intuition. But it's not just your intuition. It's your... so what I'm looking for... You become intuitive in the sense that you can feel the other person, okay? You can feel the other person. I once heard someone talk about their near-death experience, and they said when they're in that state, when they were on the other side in their spirit, and they were walking through the halls of the hospital. Whenever they come up to a person, they actually felt everything that they were feeling. They feel their pain. They felt what they were feeling. That's the best way that I can explain it. I forgot exactly how. I forgot if it was a man or female. I think it might have been a man. How they were explaining everything that they felt about that they can feel that was happening to that person, or even maybe. In a sense, what they were thinking. Okay, now I have experienced that, and some people may call that what's the sense? Excuse me. Empath, being an empath. So And yes, in some sense it's like that. When I really believe that once you raise your spirituality, you can actually, connect with people in such a way that you feel what they're going through. You feel when I can come upon someone, and I can feel that they're troubled about a loved one in their, like a son or a daughter or a husband or something, and that's on their mind at the time, even though they're working and they're talking, and you can feel the heaviness that's on them. You can feel it, and something is troubling them. Now, at my highest point, I can literally just feel everything, almost everything that they were going through. And at times, I would want to tell them something, and I used to. At times, it took me a while to do it, where I would go up to them and I would say, hey, yeah, like, because I've done it a couple of times with a woman, and I went to this place, license, and I felt it, and it was about her son, and she was worried about her son. I don't know if you got in trouble with the law or whatever the case might be, but I kind of felt that's what it was. It was something that had to do with the law, and she was really worried. And I told her, say, it's your son. Everything is going to be okay. Just believe and have faith. He's going to, and I mentioned something about the law. I don't remember what it was that I said. And she looked at me and she was just like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I've done that a couple of times with people, that I just walk up to them and I would just say something. And one time I actually said something in the store to this woman, and I told her something about her beautiful or something. Now, at the time, she was going through a sense where she was talking to herself about herself. And I felt that, and I picked up on it, and I said something to her, that you are a wonderful person. Okay, don't let anybody tell you any differently, which I was talking about her. And I said, don't let anybody tell you anything differently. Okay. And but she was going through something at the time, talking to herself at the time about this. And so I walked away, and she said, thank you. She looked at me like kind of like a little bewildered, and she said, thank you. And then later on, she phoned me in the store, and she goes, oh my God, are you like psychic or anything? Because I think she found me, it hit her that, wait a minute. How did she must have felt something, and she came to me and she goes, are you psychic or anything? Do you have the gift? And I just simply said to her, I can sense things sometimes. And she says, I knew it. And she didn't go into anything by telling me what was going on with her, but she just said, I knew it. And I forgot what else the conversation was about. But it's just little things like that. And what does this have to do with preparing yourself? That's just exactly what I'm talking about. Everything, there's so much distraction going on right now. I am saying to you, don't fall for it. Don't fall for all the distraction. Focus on your spiritual well-being. That is how you are going to survive. That is how you are going to make it through whatever it is that's coming up. That is what you need to focus on. Your body, mind, and soul. Your conscious awareness and mindfulness of everything that is going on in the world, especially with you. What I mean in the world, what I mean in everything is spiritual. And if you take it with that idea that everything is spiritual, and that comes from within you, and that you have control of it, okay, that you can mindfully protect yourself against anything that is coming up, and with your guidance, and listen and be in tune with your guidance within you, you can survive everything. Okay? And knowing that this is not the end. And learning from everything, being connected with your guide and learning from them. And don't be, we are all here to share. Share your information. So use the platform so that other people can hear what's going on and what may now. And that's exactly what's going on right now. The other side, there are people on here that are sharing misinformation, that are a spiritual misinformation. They're mixing it with truth and and disinformation at the same time, truth and lies. Okay, and to kind of put you off track, and but you have to find a lot of that within yourself. um Now, I went through just a brief period right now where oh my gosh, it's just been a roller coaster. And I'll go through that more in some of the other, and some other videos that are coming up. If I, but anyway, and some of the other videos that are coming up. And the main thing is, my dear wonderful souls, is, you know, the Bible is full of information. If you read the Bible, it will speak to you. Go into it asking your guide to reveal what is really in the Bible to you, and you'll see. You'll be able to see. They'll show it to you. At my I mean, to me, I was always awake. I'm one of those people, some people call it starseeds, that came into this world knowing stuff. Okay? And I went through a period where I felt I had to kind of dumb myself down as I become more into life, into society, and I'm going, and I wanted to be a part of the crowd, and not, like this black sheep everywhere I went. Just weird, and people say you're nice, but you're weird. I don't know, you know what I mean? So anyway, all I would like to impart on you is that you have the power. We all have the power. Now, these people, or the other side, if you want to think of it that way, they are all lying together. Okay, I see a lot of people on here where they are putting information out, but where is there a community that all of us can come together? And and that's another thing too. I've seen groups that on Facebook especially, that were doing something that, a lot of the spiritual people were coming together and talking, and then before you know it, it seems like it got infiltrated by people that were not on the same page, like, they weren't really spiritual, and really, in a sense, contaminate the group. And so we have to be mindful of that. It's kind of like I was listening to something, and somebody says, how is it that somebody would, that you can have like a nice little party, and then somebody will come in and have this really negative vibe about them, and just kind of, you can feel it. It just, it's kind of like when I remember one time when I used to do Bible study with a group of a small group of people. I think there was only 4 or 5 of us, and there was this one girl. She would tend to sometimes have this negative thing, and we would be there with this, where everybody is raised their vibration, and you can feel it. You can just absolutely feel the love, the heightened sense of love, vibration. And she would just say something, or become negative, and it will just bloop. It would just really plummet the whole thing. I mean, you're still feeling good, but you can feel that shift. And it's really weird that one person can actually just do that, just boop. Unfortunately. But a lot of time we were able to, bounce back and, and really just capture that feeling again. Okay. And part of that, it's kind of like ignoring her, ignoring her and continue to go on with, and that's how one of the ways that we were able to continue is by kind of like ignoring her. She's there whenever she brought up something that were negative, we would kind of like dismiss it in a sense. We would address it, but we wouldn't take it in, if that makes sense. We wouldn't take it in. And then after a while, we learned how to kind of dealt with her and kind of put that on the wraps, if. So I hope I will elaborate more on this as we go, but I don't want to go over the time here. And I will continue to talk about this. Now, I want this to go as smoothly as possible, and I'm getting back into this, and I know I've seen people who just like go through things and they, look, I'm not a newscaster, and I would like that to be the case here. My beloved souls, my beautiful beloved souls, it is coming to a point right now where we're all going to need to come together spiritually and connect spiritually, okay? Physically, as much as possible. If you know people, connect as much as you can in a group. If you can't, connect over the internet, connect any way that you can, and be very mindful of everything, okay? Mindfulness is the key. Being mindful, consciousness, consciously mindful of everything. To all, a wonderful day, a wonderful evening. Namaste. I wish what's the African way? Is it Sheshe or I don't know. Okay, I forgot. But anyway, my beloved souls, I love you. Thank you so much. And I'm coming out with a donation link if by the time you see this. And the reason being is that I hate to, like, I don't want to, come off like this, but the donation is actually for you. If you're seeing just my eyes, I would like to get my mouth fixed. My mouth is all messed up and my insurance doesn't cover all of it, and I don't want to feel like I'm begging, but I'm also going to have like t-shirts, spiritual t-shirts. So if you feel better doing that, just buying a t-shirt, it is not only supporting the channel, but it's actually going to go towards my mouth. I'm just letting you know right now, straight up. So if you would like to support me in doing that, and in helping out and getting that done, I would really, really, absolutely appreciate it. So I thank you. This is my advertisement for myself. And so I would like if you sponsor me. That's the word. In making this a wonderful opportunity for me to be able to get my map fixed. I kind of was felt driven to by my spirit to actually do this and say it like that. I didn't want to, because I don't want to feel like I'm begging, but I'm putting it out there because, all right, I'm practicing what I preach here, and being what's the word I'm looking for, when being mindfully being led, anyway. Thank you guys so much. Blessings to all, and have a wonderful day.